Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm Dorothy. We're going to talk about astrology. That's my gig. We're going to talk about Thursday and Friday, so August 4th and 5th. And the main themes on these 2 days, the first thing is we have in the middle of the night, so Wednesday night, actually Thursday morning, 3 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Mercury enters the sign of Virgo. It's rulership. Now, before then, it's at 29 Leo. So there are some things I'm going to talk about what that means. So if you're catching this when I put it up on Wednesday, we're still going to be at Mercury at the end of Leo. Drama, frustration, or amazing amounts of creativity. We'll get to that in just a moment. We also have the moon moving through the sign of Scorpio over these couple of days. And that usually creates a lot of deep, intense emotions, connections, research, things like that. So we'll talk about that too. And I'll show you the charts when I talk. So you can listen and you can learn, or you can just listen. You can listen, watch, and learn, because you'll see how I'm interpreting this. And again, just take this energy and use it for yourself. When I talk about what's going on for Thursday, it's about being aware, not about what your zodiac sign is. It's about this is energy that everybody on the planet is dealing with. Okay. That's how I like to do my forecast, not based off of your zodiac sun sign. We do Astro Dice. My mom hates it when I do that. I think it's fantastic. It's just it's a neat sound, isn't it? I like it. I don't know what it is. Something. We're going to do a card too. I know I'm being a goofball. This is my last day of normal hours because I'm doing over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be doing sort of vacation time, but I just have a lot of behind the scenes business stuff to do that I cannot keep up with. I'm going to show you my charts, my screen right now, that I can't keep up with. So I'm taking some time off to catch up. I know, doesn't that stink? Vacation time just to catch up. That's just how it has to go when we're self-employed people. It's the name of the game. Here's where we are when I happen to be recording this in the middle of the afternoon on August 3rd. Excuse me. Mercury, 29 Leo. I could feel the frustration of this. I had a lot of things scheduled. I had a big thing scheduled for my Patreon people tonight, but I got so frustrated with a whole bunch of things that I've been trying to work on today that I had to park it, and I'm just going to record. Usually we do it live, which is the month ahead, Virgo. If you're welcome to join us over on Patreon, Dorothy Morgan Astrologer on Patreon. And things just got too frustrating. I got too frustrated. I'm lucky I'm doing this because, and I'm like, who's at 29 degrees? Whenever something's at, I knew it was Mercury. Mercury is at 29 degrees of Leo. It's a fixed sign. Now, Mercury in Leo for these last couple of weeks is usually it's dramatic. It's drama, which like acting drama, but it's music, it's entertainment, it's creativity, it's passion. However, when planets are at the final degree of a fixed sign, 29 degrees of a fixed sign, especially, it can feel a bit tense. And look, there are no aspects to Mercury. If you look over here at the aspectarian grid, no aspects, right? So Mercury is not making any aspects to anything at 29 degrees. It even isn't making any when it gets to Virgo soon. It'll be there in a few minutes. And so I feel this frustration. I have a list of things that that have all of a sudden snafus that I have to handle. YouTube, you guys, this here won't link up with my business Facebook page all of a sudden now, since Facebook changed things and separated the business accounts. I can't figure it out for the life of me. TikTok, I can't get into my own account for the life of me. There's nobody to help. The list is as long as my arm, and those aren't even the things that I wanted to work on over these next couple of weeks. So there's my big complaint. I'm going to blame it on Mercury, not Mercury retrograde. I'm going to blame it on Mercury at 29. I have a planet at 29, so it creates a little bit of tension once in a while. So if you're feeling it, just like, so what I'm doing this, and then that's it. Boom, unplug. I'm going to go hang out with family, walk the beach. I already did the kayaking and blueberry picking this morning. So, That's what my vacation will be like. Local stuff plus work. Hey, let's move on, because this is what I said I was going to talk about, and talk about Mercury moving into the sign of Virgo. It's its second rulership. It rules air, it rules not Aries. It rules Gemini right here, and it rules Virgo. It's also considered in its exaltation there. It really likes to be in that sign. And what does this mean? This means over the next couple of weeks, while Mercury is moving through this sign, we have opportunities to focus on those details, which is perfect for the way I'm having a stay-home vacation. Not that I won't go anywhere to do things here and there for a day or two, but even the opportunity of no pressure for one-on-one client work, which is fantastic. I love you guys. Thank you for doing that. But how do you want to use it? That's what I'm going to do. I have a lot of writing to do, a lot of content to do, a lot of things to prep. I do a lecture for 2023, and right now is when I start pulling it all together. What do you do this time of year? Now, the Mercury isn't always in Virgo this time of year, but it is now. So how are you going to use it? How long does it stay in that sign? I didn't think to look. It moves in on this date. So tomorrow, August 4th or August 4th. And then it leaves on August 27th. However, Mercury will retrograde in the sign of Libra in September. And Mercury will revisit Virgo again from September 24th through October 10th. So we're having a couple of opportunities for Mercury, 2.5 weeks in Virgo right now. And then in the fall, we have another like almost 2 weeks, 10 days or so while it's in Virgo as well. The other end of it, what are we going to do? Pay attention to the details. And when you have opportunities to get that marketing content together, or writing or organizing, whatever you're trying to pull together, you got it. We got what it takes to do this. All right. So that is what I wanted to talk about for today. I also wanted to talk about, let's go ahead another day and let's go find when the moon enters Scorpio. We're going to animate this. I think it's sharing. This is the Earth spinning. Oh yeah, I went too far. Let's go back. Here it is, approximately right here, somewhere around 7:47 a.m. Eastern, the daylight time. Okay. There's the moon in the sign of Scorpio. So with the moon in Scorpio, that means over the coming couple of hours and the next day. So let's talk about August 5th. This is when the moon will be opposite Uranus and Mars. And, that's going to happen at about 5 or so at night, between 5 and 9 at night. So here's the Earth spinning once again. And this is on August 5th. So as the moon is in the sign of Scorpio, all of August 4th, almost all of August 4th, and all of August 5th, and half of August 6th, we have to start looking at, as the moon is connecting with the lunar south node. This is in the middle of the day on Friday. And so it is coming to be in an opposition to Mars and to Uranus. And so what that brings up is a lot of the things that we've been trying to work on with this opposition of the north and the south node are always opposite, but with the Uranus conjunct the north node and Mars making that conjunction to the north node, now the moon's coming in and activating that whole pattern, that whole setup. And here I'm going to go view this chart in another way. You can see how I do my process. Yeah, and I thought so. Mars and the Sun and Uranus are all still within 1 degree of declination. So they all, even in the Sun's involved here. So Friday the 5th, moon opposite these things. It's like, what's important to let go of? What is that detail? What detail is important for you to let go of? And it doesn't even have to be a little detail. This is a deep process. What are you reducing? What are you leaving? What are you trying to let go of? And it's more than just the moon opposite. It's because these guys are all connected. This is not the zodiac, this declination bar, but this is where they are out in space, north and south of the path of the sun. Mars, Sun, Uranus, North Node are all on one side. They're all on the northern side. So they're all considered parallel slash conjunction feeling. They're all acting together. So this is a very intense day. And the moon is on the opposite side of this bar. So it's contra-parallel to all of these. It's square to the sun. This is such a dynamic. This is more than the zodiac. This is the zodiacal measurement. This is the declination measurement. And it means that this is an intense opportunity for us to let things go and to really allow things to be what they were. And you can process things and release. And again, that creates more space. That's what this South Node in Scorpio has been about for such a long time. And, we're having more eclipses in that Scorpio Taurus access coming up in October and November. So this is, don't fight the work. Don't fight the things that are changing and transforming. Feel it. I'm feeling that. The vacation I usually take now, you guys have heard me say this, and I feel like I'm complaining or whining. A medieval thing I used to do a lot of, and it's okay that I'm not there, but I can feel sad that I'm not there too. So it's about, grieving and releasing and letting go and all those things. And so I want you to recognize that too. So if you're feeling something is shifting and evolving, allow it to happen. That's what this year really is all about in a lot of ways. All right, we're going to roll the dice. What else does Spirit want us to know? Excuse me we got Mercury in Scorpio in the 12th. Shoot. The additional info just from the roll of the dice, it has nothing to do with today's chart. Being informative, information. That's Mercury in Scorpio. We just talked about what Scorpio is, that deep evolving change. So it's basically in the 12th house is those hidden processes. So basically the roll of the dice, Mercury and Scorpio in the 12th house is telling us that listen to that inner voice, pay attention to what's going on in that inner voice, right? Are you judging? Are you feeling sad and depressed? Are you trying to, what are you processing? What are you processing? And if you are feeling sad, depressed, and anything in that category, reach out to the people that you're really comfortable with, that you trust, and you feel safe with. It's important to process these things. There's such deep stuff going on for so many people. And even if it's not you personally, you can still certainly tap into it. And it can certainly feel very difficult for a lot of people. And so the easiest way for us to process these things personally, without doing your astrology chart, the way to process these things personally is to allow whatever is evolving and coming to the surface, allow it to do that. So don't fight it. All right. This happens regularly, but we're a bit more intense right now. A lot of stuff coming to the planet these days. All right, what does nature spirit want us to know? Grandmother Earth. That's her. So we have to thank her. Grandmother Earth, Grandfather Sky. Let's thank them and allow them to be who they are. I mean, we could pick all of these cards would work. Spirit of fire, storyteller, spirit of earth, nature spirits. I love that one. Oh, this best picture. I was walking in the cemetery because I like to walk in the cemetery. It's an easy place to walk, right? Not a lot of ticks and stuff. And I was walking in a different section than I usually walk yesterday. And there was this fabulous tree. And it was just made like a hut. And you just want to go in and sit in it. I mean, it's right next to the road, so it wasn't really that sacred. I mean, it was sacred feeling, but as soon as a car come by, it's really noisy. But anyways, it was pretty amazing. Go find that on my Facebook page. I have that posted and you can see it. But connecting to the earth, getting outside, Not everybody's a fan of outside, I understand, but connect and ground in your way. And that's going to help us move through the processes that we're going through over the next couple of days. And finding my mouse, and I will see you guys again soon. And please, thank you. Please comment and share in your groups. The more the merrier. See you soon.